Hey guys, Tana Ashley here. Today I wanted to give you a little update on why I was in the hospital this week, what caused it, and all that great stuff. So stay tuned for my story. So I was actually hospitalized because of vaping weed. So this is something that I chose to start doing about 6 months ago. I just use it at night to sleep. I will take 2 or 3 hits of my vape just so I can sleep through the night because I had such bad insomnia and I don't want to be on sleeping pills. I'd rather do a natural way. And so I chose vaping because I didn't really think, I thought it was gonna be like less harsh on my lungs and all that stuff. And I guess I should have just chose edibles or CBD oil. So lesson learned, but I also want to give you a little health history of myself because people are like commenting like vaping doesn't do that to your lungs, and I'm like, I was born with a heart murmur. I also have such bad asthma to the point where when I go to the lung specialist or allergist, whatever, asthma specialist, that's where I go. I don't know, I try never to go to the doctor. I hate going to the doctor. But so every time I go and I do like my annual for like breathing just to see where my lungs are at, they're always like, are you sure you're breathing? And I'm like, yes. And they're like, your lungs suck. I'm like, that's why I'm here. So I chose vaping thinking it was gonna be less harsh on my lungs. And this just caused me to go into a downward spiral. So here comes the story. So on Saturday morning, I woke up, I didn't feel that great. So I chose to just stay in bed. I was gonna rest. I thought I was fighting off a cold. I was very like nasally and I felt weird. So I was like, I'm just gonna listen to my body. I'm gonna rest and all this stuff. So all of a sudden, like my dude calls, I'm on the phone with him, and all of a sudden, like out of nowhere, my voice went from like normal to straight like frog alien voice. And he's like, what the fuck just happened? And I was like, I don't know. And I started touching my neck, and like you could tell it's like still super swollen. I look like a man. But as I'm touching my neck, it just feels like Rice Krispie treats all down here, all the way up to here. If you touch anywhere up here, it just feels like Rice Krispie treats. And I'm like, that's weird. I've never felt that before. And sorry, I have to talk at a like slower pace today because I get winded super easy, so please bear with me. So as the night goes on, all of a sudden I'm like, damn, like I cannot breathe at all. I would take like 2 steps and I would have to like drop to the floor and like catch my breath. So I'm like, this fucking sucks. And I was like, I texted my parents. I said, I think I'm gonna have to go to urgent care for a breathing treatment. I said, I can't even walk. And so my mom was like, okay, let me know. And then I would sit there and like try to catch my breath, do like deep breathing and like talk myself into like, you're good, girl. You don't need to go nowhere. So all of a sudden I go to walk upstairs, and all of a sudden I just start puking. I like dropped to the floor. I almost passed out and I just couldn't breathe again. So I call my mom and I'm like bawling. I'm like, all right, I have to go. Like I'm trying to be stubborn. I don't want to go, but I have no idea what's going on. So my parents come. We get to urgent care like super quick, and as I walk in, like my mom had to talk for me because I was so winded. So I get back into the little room, and the doctor comes back. He's like, you know, he's listening to my heart and everything, listens to my lung, and he's like, oh, that's weird. And all of a sudden he starts feeling up here, and all of a sudden he panics, like straight panic mode, and he's like, oh my God, you have to go to the ER right now. And I was like, oh my God, why? Like, no, just fix me right here. I don't want to go to the ER. I just canceled my insurance. Like, fuck. So he is sitting there like, no, you have to go to the ER. Like, your lungs are leaking. He's like, I'm calling you an ambulance right now. And he starts like explaining like the surgeries to me and stuff. And all of a sudden I just pass out. And so my mom walks back. She hears all this commotion. I get up, I'm like blue and gray, and she's like, what the fuck? Like, what is going on? This doctor is like panicking, trying to talk to us. Like the fire department comes in, ambulance come in, and this doctor is like freaking out. He's like, oh my God, like she has to go, get her in the ambulance now, she has to go. So my mom and I are both like panicking. Nothing like this has ever happened in our family. So like we have no idea what to expect. And so the fire department, like they like check me and they're like, we're gonna save you $1,000 right here. Instead of going in the ambulance, have your parents drive you. You're okay, focus on your breathing, get to the ER now though. And I said, okay, thank you. So I go to the ER, they throw me in a CAT scan, and they had discovered that I had air around my heart, I had gas around my lungs, I had pneumonia, and then I had a collapsed right lung, lower lung. And so that's why it was like so difficult for me to breathe. So they're sitting there and they're like, okay, well, we can't keep you here overnight. We're not equipped to like actually fully handle this if something does happen to your heart. You know, so we're gonna have to transport you. So I go to my third hospital and they hook me up to all the IVs. Like I had all the steroids, the fluids and antibiotics. And so I'm there. Hold on, I have to catch my breath, hold on. So once I get to the third hospital, they start doing a bunch of tests on me, trying to figure out what's wrong with me. And pretty much the nurse goes, no liquids after 12, you're going into surgery tomorrow. And I'm like, what the fuck? What are you talking about? I'm like, I gotta get home. I'm not trying to stay here any longer. I need to go home. I got dogs. Like my dogs need me. They're by themselves. And so I'm like freaking out about getting home to my dogs. And he's like, you're gonna be here probably till Tuesday. And I'm like, what? Whoa, I gotta work out. I got shit to do. I got my clients to talk to. Like, whoa, no way. They were right. They were damn right. So going into Sunday morning, I wake up, they're doing a bunch of blood work on me and I'm thinking I'm about to go into surgery. And so just waiting around. And thankfully I had all my family and friends there to keep me company because I was bored out of my mind. I'm strapped to my IV, so I can't even really text. Can't fucking check in with my clients. I was getting really upset. And just trying to take it easy, focus on my breathing. So I'm waiting all day Sunday for the surgery that's supposed to happen because they have me on a clear liquids. Like I can't eat pretty much. And so all day I'm just waiting in this bed with no answers. So once again, I'm like, all right, this sucks, but whatever, like just be patient. There's nothing you could do. So by Sunday night, I still have no answers on what's going on. No one's told me about my x-rays. I don't know if my esophagus is damaged. I don't know if my lungs are like completely destroyed and I need surgery. Like no one's communicating with me. So super irritated, and I was just like, all right, cool, like I'm checking out. I'm like, I'm just gonna go home, I don't give a shit. So then I had probably 7 people in my room, and they're like, you are not leaving, girl. Like there is no way in hell, because you have air around your heart. And then everyone starts scaring the shit out of me, because they're like, you know, your heart can't expand with the air around it, and blah, blah, blah. And you have gas around your lungs, and like you have a collapsed lung, you have pneumonia. Like what the fuck are you trying to do? And I was like, I need to go home and talk to my clients. I need to check on my dogs. I need to go work out on Monday. And people are just like, Tana, you're staying in bed, okay? Like chill out. Things will be okay. You can take a few days off. I'm like, no, I gotta talk to my clients. So I don't know why I'm doing that weird voice, but I do that a lot. And so all of a sudden, Sunday night rolls into Monday morning. Same thing, I can't eat, can't drink. Telling me I'm gonna go into surgery again. I don't really know what for at this point. So then 11 o'clock rolls around, still nothing. No, 10 o'clock. And all of a sudden, some lady walks in the room finally, and I was like, all right, cool. Shit's about to go down. About to get out of here and go party. No. So she puts me in the wheelchair and she's like, all right, time for your x-rays. And I'm like, oh my God, how many x-rays do I have to do in order to figure out what the fuck is going on? Like, no one's told me what's going on. I'm irritated. I've been stuck in this bed since Saturday. It's now Monday. What the hell? Like, just give me answers. What can I do? How can I get better? Do I need surgery? What is going on? Like, I don't even understand what is wrong with me. So, going for x-rays, and she's like, as long as everything's still the same, you're gonna be able to be released. And I was like, are you serious? Like, so I just stayed in bed from Saturday till Monday for like no reason. And then I sat there, I was like, damn girl, I was like, don't be negative like that. You gotta be thankful that you don't have to get surgery. So I got my head straight, and so I went back, waited in the hospital, and then the medical assistant walked in, or the radiologist assistant. I don't know the medical term, so please don't yell at me for that. So whatever the assistant chick is, she walks in and she goes, I have a question for you and I really don't want to offend you. And I was like, girl, I don't get offended, ask me whatever you want. And she goes, do you do drugs? And I was like, I be vaping that weed. Like that, like totally joking. And she goes, so yeah, that's exactly what caused all this. And I was like, what? What? I'm like, are you kidding me? She's like, no, you know, like vapes, this is crazy because I've never had bronchitis before. I've never been super sick. I'm like very, very healthy, have been my entire life. Once I started vaping, 3 months after I got bronchitis back in June, if you guys remember. Exactly 3 months later, now I have all these issues. And I didn't piece all this together until like she sat there and told me that. And I was like, holy shit, no wonder my health and breathing have been so bad. So she was telling me what vapes can do. They can cause little bubbles on your lungs. And once they break off, that air has nowhere to go. So it goes all up here, like my ears are clogged and my neck's all swollen from that. And that's why I have like little Rice Krispie treats in here, because I have air in my soft tissue. So she was like, all of this was caused from vaping, so all you can do is stop vaping. You're gonna have to take it easy for about 2 weeks. You're gonna feel super winded because you still have all that air and gas in your lungs. You're gonna be very swollen still, and it's probably gonna hurt, but you'll be okay, and you can actually self-heal within the next 2 weeks. She's like, just be patient, blah, 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 and all this stuff. And I was just like, oh my God. So I seriously just sat in the ER for, I don't know, Saturday to Monday. I don't know, it doesn't seem like a long time, but when you're strapped to an IV and you honestly cannot do anything, it felt like a million years. And I'm like someone that has to go, 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 go. So, yeah, that's what caused it, was vaping. And I had people commenting, telling me, vaping's not gonna cause that. You're supposed to have chest tubes. If your lungs like that, you can't, like, you shouldn't be up dancing. You shouldn't be up doing this and like all this shit. I had so many people writing like rude comments when I was in the hospital. And all I can say to you is everybody responds differently to everything, and you need to keep that in mind. So I was released and able to be home. They just told me to take it easy. So I'm gonna attempt to work out tomorrow, but it's gonna be a very slow, light workout. I'm gonna work on my cardio, focus on my breathing. You know, my diet's already pretty clean, but I went for foods that are better to help heal lungs and just your respiratory system, all that great stuff. So, and I loaded up on a ton of vitamins and just trying to be as clean as possible, cut out all dairy for now, and I'm actually not eating any meat right now as well until I'm fully healed, and I think it'll do great, but that is why I have to talk very slow right now, and I'm not gonna be able to work out too hard, which sucks. But everything happens for a reason. I'm thankful that I caught this on early, and I'm thankful I didn't have to get surgery. Like, they kept scaring the shit out of me, and just so many, it was the most insane thing, because it was just one doctor's telling me one thing, the other doctor's telling me the next thing, a nurse is telling me this, a nurse is telling me that, and I'm just like, so my stories were super twisted all weekend, but this was the full story. And so I didn't have to get any chest tubes or anything of that sort, because they aren't super, super crazy. It is like very minimal stuff, I guess, but my pneumonia's cleared. So next is just getting the air and gas out of my lungs and heart. And hopefully my lung will heal quick, I hope. Fingers crossed, please. But yeah, so this was all a great lesson though for me, because I didn't think anything of vaping. Like, I really didn't think it was that bad for you. Lesson learned though, I'm going back to melatonin. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and enjoyed my story. And be careful, if you know someone that vapes and has asthma, please send them this video. Or even if you just care about their health, send them this video. So, love you guys. Stay happy, stay healthy. I went to blow you a kiss, but I was still talking. Mwah!